Welcome to today's video. We're diving into our new series, The Dark Side of Faith, Terrifying Stories from the Bible. This series takes you deep into some of the most haunting and bone-chilling stories ever told. First story is the curse of cannibalism, from Deuteronomy 28:53 to 57 and 2 Kings 6:24 to 30. In the book of Deuteronomy, Moses warns that if people turn from God, one of the curses upon them will be so severe that it will drive them to cannibalism. When the walls close in during times of siege and famine, they will become so starved and hopeless that they may even consume their own children. This unsettling prophecy becomes a shocking reality in 2 Kings. The city of Samaria is under siege, with no food, no water, and no end in sight. People are desperate. In one heart-wrenching scene, 2 mothers, consumed by starvation, agree to a horrifying pact. They will eat each other's children to survive. One woman's child is eaten, but when it comes time for the other to fulfill her part of the bargain, she hides her child. The haunting desperation in this story forces us to ask, what lengths would someone go to survive? Next is the story of the woman who turned to salt, from Genesis 19:24 to 26. In Genesis, God decides to destroy the wicked cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. He sends angels to warn Lot and his family, telling them to flee and never look back. As Lot and his family escape, fire and brimstone rain down, obliterating everything behind them. But as the destruction roars, Lot's wife feels compelled to look back one last time. In that single act of disobedience, she's struck by a terrible fate. She's turned into a pillar of salt, frozen in a moment of punishment. Next is story of the earth swallowing Korah and his followers from Numbers 16:31 to 35. Korah, a prominent member of the community, challenges Moses' leadership, questioning why he alone should speak for God. Korah gathers followers, forming a rebellious group that openly defies Moses. In response, Moses warns them that they're not just challenging him, but God himself. As the rebels gather, the ground beneath them suddenly begins to rumble. Imagine the terror as the earth opens up, creating a massive chasm and swallows Korah, his family, and all his followers alive. Next is the Valley of Dry Bones, from Ezekiel 37:1 to 14. If there's one biblical story that feels like it belongs in a horror movie, it's the Valley of Dry Bones. The prophet Ezekiel is taken in a vision to a desolate valley filled with human bones. The sight is chilling, an entire valley littered with skeletal remains, as if a great army has fallen there. As Ezekiel prophesies, the bones begin to rattle and shake, drawing closer to one another. They're joined by sinews and flesh, muscles forming over skeletons as if reassembling the dead. Skin covers them, and suddenly these bones are transformed into a vast army, resurrected from the dust. These tales are chilling reminders of both the darkness of human nature and the power of divine intervention. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bells. Until next time, keep the faith and always remember, darkness can never extinguish the light. Stay safe, stay curious, and keep the faith. Goodbye for now, and see you later. Sayonara, ciao, farewell, adios, paalam kaibigan.